my friends, and anyone else who happened to drive past with their judging eyes. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem, except for what I was holding and who I was with. I did not want to be there, but then again, it wasn't really my choice. My parents said this would be a great experience that would be good for me and would help me to meet upperclassmen as I started on my new adventure of high school. This was the first low brass sectional rehearsal of the 2007 Viking marching band season, and there I stood with my trombone in my hand. As my feet touched down on the asphalt on the hot summer day, a warm feeling came over me. The heat, combined with my discomfort and nerves, was rather overwhelming. I walked up to the group of high school kids who I assumed made up my section. "Hey there, you must be Sarah," Chris, our section leader, exclaimed as he ran up and wrapped me in a bear hug. Oh great, I thought. Not only are they weird band kids, but they like to hug strangers too. This is going to be a long season. After he relinquished far from touchy-feeling me from his embrace, he introduced me to everyone else. "This is Brendan, this is John," and he continued around the circle, then pointed behind him and said, "And last but not least, this is Babe." I looked to where he was pointing and saw nothing but a somewhat empty parking lot. I gave him a look that suggested I was concerned for his sanity. "Yeah, don't worry, you heard him right." I shot a concerned look at another one of my new bandmates. I had plenty of these to go around after my first impressions of these people. "You know, like Babe the Blue Ox," Chris exclaimed as he patted the hood of his light, large, bright blue car. All I could think was, get me out of here fast. Now they're making Paul Bunyan references. I'm quitting, I'm quitting, I'm quitting. However, there was unfortunately nowhere for my timid little freshman self to run to. There was nowhere to hide. I was surrounded by band kids, self-proclaimed bandos. They were all loud, they were all obnoxious, they were all boys. I was afraid of them, and after each sectional, I went home and complained about how weird each of them was. I dreaded those summer sectionals, but gradually I acclimated to them. After a while, they even began to be a little fun. I didn't talk much at first, but they still seemed to accept me. They invited me to 7-Eleven at the end of sectionals every week, and I discovered that band kids on caffeine and sugar from Slurpee runs are infinitely more entertaining than just band kids at sectionals. We played Ultimate Frisbee at sectionals, we went out to dinner at the Palatine Inn after big events, and they invited me to all the low brass parties. The upperclassmen were all extremely accommodating, and they took me under their wings and introduced me to their other friends. I began to decide that marching band wouldn't be too much torture. After all, I only had to finish out the season, right? Wrong. This year I finished up my high school marching career after 4 years of being a marching trombone. The real reason I decided to stick with a band that I initially wholeheartedly hated was band camp my freshman year, where we practiced 6 hours for 6 days, 6 hours each day for 6 days in the Fremd parking lot to learn the formations for our pregame and halftime shows, as well as to finish memorizing the music. Band camp was the most fun I had had in a long time. Once again, it seemed that no matter what I did, I would be accepted by the band kids. I was transformed into a different person. Marching band taught me a lot of things that apply not only to my time on the field, but to my daily life as well. The first is diligence. Hard work and motivation are at the core of being a good marcher. Marching band has also taught me to avoid procrastination. Life is much easier if you do something a little bit at a time instead of waiting until the last second. For example, we have to memorize all of our music for the football games and our competitions. It is much easier to do if you practice throughout the season and it slowly becomes ingrained in your mind than if you wait until the night before the first competition to learn it. Teamwork and cooperation are 2 other lessons that go hand in hand that I've learned. When on the field marching a show, it is important not only to know your spot, but to collaborate with everyone around you in order to make the band as a whole look as good as possible. Principally, the experience has taught me that being yourself, however quirky or however unique you are, and not caring what anyone else thinks is important and essential to being happy. As a direct result of marching band over the past 4 years, I have transformed from the girl who hid behind the tall band boys, from passing acquaintances whenever I was holding a trombone, to the girl wearing a tutu, stripes, polka dots, and other clashing apparel in the front parking lot on the low brass band camp theme day, Freaky Friday. I used to be afraid, but times have changed. I will now proclaim that I'm a bando, and I am proud of it.